Hello, everyone. Welcome to Healing Dialogue, healing hearts and minds, one episode at a time. My name's Janine.
And my name is Carol.
Our topic is
Be kinder to myself after eating an entire bag of crisps.
okay. This is a very strange topic, so I'm going to ask you to please explain.
I'm just no following the trend.
Okay, need a bit more, yeah.
I'm talking about new energy.
Okay, so when you're talking about this new energy, I would say it's a resolution. So we did something similar in our family at the end of 2024. We had a very difficult year in 2024. So we sat around the table on the 31st and we discussed all the good points about 2024. And then after that, we discussed what our goals would be for 2025. And strangely enough, from oldest to youngest, they all set very achievable small goals for 2025. Something, and it just amazed me that it was really nice goals to achieve and achievable. So, is that what you're talking about?
Okay, so it's along those lines. I've set myself resolutions in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously that's a word that I didn't feel very, very keen on. And um, that word in particular, it brings me pressure and stress to try and keep to the intention that I set or the goal that I set. Like joining the gym to get healthier and thinner. So after a few weeks, the novelty's worn off with the exercise, and then I come up with all these lovely excuses. I can't find the thing I'm looking for to take to the gym. I'm tired after a day at work. The weather's too cold. It's too dark.
Yeah, well, but I think everybody is like that. We always start things with a lot of chutzpah and, yeah, we're going to get this done. And as life happens and pressure and things like that, we tend to get overwhelmed and we forget about our goals and we put it on the side or, just trying to manage life. So I think that's something that everybody goes through.
Yeah, sure. I would agree with that. So what I'm trying to do is with the new energy, I'm having a good look at myself and I'm having a good look at my life. And I'm actually going to ask myself some questions, which this I don't normally do, but it sounds like an idea. Never tried it before. So what I'm hoping it's going to do is it's going to get me off the couch when I've obviously found out what it is that I would like to do. It's going to make me put down the crisps and the wine.
Okay, so I'm hearing that you're going to try and stay off the wine and the crisps, or are you just trying to stay off the couch and just keep the wine and the crisps? No, I'm joking.
Okie dokie. So, how's about I do things in moderation?
Mm,
What if I changed my old crisps and my wine habits for some fun, such as trying some new skills, which may become my new hobby?
that sounds good.
I've got a little bit of an idea, so I bought myself a little trumpet. This is going to bring in new energy,
Okay.
and I'm
Right.
going to find times for when to use it. Okay, it could kind of be help me be slightly more productive, and kind of like be less sluggish, and that will be really good for my health.
Yeah.
I've done a little bit of research into um, the trumpet and the reasons for why I bought
Okay.
it.
So what I got from it is that you don't want that stress of a resolution, that there's this end goal and you may or may not meet it, but you're very worried about whether you're not going to meet it. But one thing I did take from that is that you made a very a small achievable goal, and I think that's good for your well-being. It's not this massive, overwhelming, big thing that you have to complete at the end of the year or whatever time frame that you set for yourself. Um, you've broken it up and said, okay, you know what, this month I'm going to get the traffic. Okay, and then I'm going to start looking at this and I'm going to start working out. So it's small and achievable. I really like that.
Thank you. So we'll give it a go, and we'll see how
I'm going to check
see
up
how it
on
goes.
you.
Also, what I'm looking for is for the things that I'm going to be doing that are going to become like new habits. I want them to be more fulfilling, and I want to have like more joy, and I want to have more fun, which is
Mm.
obviously going to benefit my well-being
Oh, yes,
and
definitely.
actually probably the people around me.
Oh, yes, definitely. Definitely. So, you know, if you set small achievable goals, you're getting a steady flow of endorphins instead of creating one big thing that you have to meet at, the end of the year. Is set these small achievable goals. So take that bigger goal and divide it up into parts that you can do. Okay. And every time you complete those parts, your body is going to release these natural endorphins because you've completed part of it.
Yep.
Okay. So if you do that over, say, 12 months, you getting a steady flow of endorphins instead of waiting a whole year to get that one boost of endorphins. So spacing it out and doing it in a very systematic way and planning it very well. I think that's what we need to do, not just saying, oh, I'm going to lose 20 kgs or I'm going to, tone my body or I'm going to learn this new course. Setting these achievable goals and saying, okay, this month, I'm going to read 30 pages of my textbook and I'm going to make 5 pages of notes. If you make 3 pages of notes and you only read 25, you've achieved something. There, the endorphins are coming.
Yeah, I guess that's the whole idea of achieving something,
Yes.
small steps. Okay, so I also want more fun and enjoyment. And so here's what I've already found that I have begun to do that this
Mm.
year. And I'll tell you how I did it. I went to a theatre show by myself as when I was looking for something to do, intuitively, this one felt right. So there was a feel good factor already. And once I had been, it lifted my mood and it was just joyful. And my inner child was so happy. And I had those endorphins that you just mentioned. And now what I'm going to try and do is go back into my memory for the show to find the heartwarming feelings for when I'm having a little bit of a tough negative day.
Okay, I like that. So you're using a past experience to build on your future successes. That's really good because from that past experience, you're going to say, oh, I had a really good feeling. So I'm going to carry on to achieve this goal and to achieve this part of my goal. And so I can feel like that again. So you're using that past experience and it is relevant to you. Okay. And it's got value to you going to the theatre and setting that goal for yourself. So it's got to be realistic and it's got to make you happy.
Sure.
That's
And
got to
actually,
make you happy.
it was kind of like trying a new experience going to the theatre by myself. So there's things involved in that, getting there, and your mind is actually talking to you. Will this be okay? Will that be okay? Will I need to do this? but actually everything was achievable. And I feel really quite proud of myself, to be fair. Um, so that's me obviously having had taken a look at myself, see what I wanted to do, was able to achieve it, and it did bring me joy and happiness.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing that we need to take from it. It needs to bring us joy. For example, if you are going on a diet and you choose, for example, the Brussels sprouts diet,
Maybe choose a Brussels sprouts diet.
I think that's the best example I could think of right now. So, if you choose the Brussels sprouts diet because it is the trend and you're not a person that's really into Brussels sprouts, I don't think you should be choosing that one because it is not going to be a happy experience. So you've got to do things that are tailored to you as a person and as an individual. And then again, you're practicing what I think a lot of our social media posts are about is that self love, is loving yourself enough to choose the right thing for you.
That sounds really good, actually. I like that. So,
I really do. Just another thing, I didn't want to interrupt you, but um, I think that when we are doing things and they're not working out, it's okay. Trial and error is something that we can learn from. If you're trying a new course or a new exercise regime or anything like that, and it's not working, you can change it. There's no hard and fast rule. You can change it and tailor it towards something that you like. And also, when you're doing so, I think it's best that you research and you have a lot of knowledge about the thing that you want to, change in your life or set a goal or resolution, whatever you may call it. I think you need to do a lot of research. So don't just go with the local fad or what's happening on all these different social media platforms, but actually take time, research a couple of diets, exercise regimes, courses, whatever your thing is for this year, and really become an expert at
actually,
the subject, and then take that information and then choose something that benefits you. Once again, going back to self love.
and that's what I was going to say, that you need to, when something feels right for you, then give that a little go. Give that a try. I'm sure that will be you onto the right path for you.
Mm, mm.
So, what I've decided is that I'm kind of thinking about walking. And I was
Oh,
like, oh, I'm
okay.
going to be walking every day. And then here I go. Oh, it's raining outside. And oh, I'm sitting on that really comfy couch and having the other stuff. And so the walking can kind of go out the window. But what I've decided is that even if I just went round the block like twice a week, that's probably twice more than I've been
Yes,
doing.
yes.
So that's achievable, that's doable. And it's actually the beginning of kind of like a new walking healthy routine.
Mm, I think that's brilliant. And once again, you're saying to yourself, you're allowing yourself to realize that twice a week is better than you did last week.
Which was nothing.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? You're being
Absolutely.
kind to yourself. You're saying that is okay.
Yeah.
And you're making progress. That is achievable.
So I was just going to say, I've got another bit of achievement. Okay, you know how I'm not really that keen on this word resolutions because obviously I felt that it brought a lot of pressure and things always fall by the wayside. But I've had a change of heart, and I was chatting to a really good friend of ours, and they were saying that a resolution can actually be done at any time throughout the
Mhm.
year. From that, it doesn't feel like such a big thing. So I I decided to obviously say to myself, okay, so you give something a try, it doesn't necessarily work, and then put it aside. If it's something you like, then you can try it another time.
Okay. I do think that just, you know, tailoring something to yourself, setting small achievable goals, setting it in a time frame that is actually doable and also not too long is sensible. And it's also being kind to yourself and just um, you will benefit because you're releasing those endorphins, you're feeling good. You don't want this to be a stressful thing for yourself.
That sounds good. So, with that, we're coming to the end of
Oh,
our
yes.
conversation today. So, I've got an affirmation.
Oh, I love your affirmations.
Okay, so here's the affirmation for us to think about. The changes I make right now are the ones that make me feel better about myself and my life.
Oh, I love it.
And there's also another little affirmation that I would like you to say.
All is well in my world. So, thank you for taking the time to listen to our podcast. Bye from me.
And it's bye for me.